there to tell you what to do. From the moment that you were born, okay? Listen to me. From the moment that you were a child, every one of you have been told what to do. In your schools, in your colleges, your parents even have told you what to do, how you have to walk, how you have to talk, how you have to behave in an aspect, how you have to choose, and how you have to react for a situation or a problem. And these types of reactions, these types of people telling us what to do, he is also another human being, right? In his own understanding only, he will tell you what to do. And you listen to the people of this world, okay? The decisions that they make, the aspects that they follow, the set of rules that they cover, and you follow them. That is not the way to live, because they are of the flesh, and you do not put your trust in flesh, and you do not listen to the people that is around you. Why do you listen to the people? Why do you want to hear from others to tell you what to do? Because there is no self-investigation. Self-investigation is a form where you cannot come to your own conclusion. You cannot find out what you want to have. I want to have this today. I want to take a decision today. That type of self-investigation is not there. And why is that? Because we cannot come to conclusions of our own. And we do sometimes come to conclusions of our own, thinking that we have the mental capacity to finish off a problem, to take a decision, or to fall into a pit or not fall into a pit. And that is when you take a decision that is of the world. Because you say you are not one with mankind, right? You do not take decisions like humans, but you are. Because you're working out of the flesh. Because you're walking in the flesh and you're taking decisions in the flesh. That is not what we need right now. We need to live in a world where the decisions that we take, the aspects that we follow, the set of rules, the laws that you have does not relate to the world, but the laws that you have only relates to Christ. My suffering is not of my own worldly decisions. You cannot choose to trust another person to tell you what to do. Neither can you choose your own self to tell you what to do. These two types of choosing will not work out. Why will it not work out? Because these types of answers come out from the flesh, right? Come out from your own understanding, your own thinking, your own capacity. Because it comes out from you, it will not work. When the decisions that you take, or when the following guidelines that you have to follow comes from God, comes from the understanding of God, that is when you will win. I'm not just saying that God will come and right in front of you and tell you this is how you have to do it, that is how you have to do it, this is what you have to follow. No, that is not going to happen here. He says in specific Bible verses that you have to follow something in life, at least something meaningful, something that will give you purpose in life for you to have an achievement of so, or you to have an understanding of what you have to do. This is said beautifully to have no confidence in the flesh. In Philippians chapter 3, verses 9 to 11. This talks about no confidence in the flesh, neither in the decisions that you have to take from your own self. Let me read it to you. Please listen to this. Verse 9. And be found in him. Found in who? Found in Christ. Not having a righteousness of my own that comes from the law of this world, but that is which through the faith in Christ. The righteousness that comes from God on the basis of faith. I want to know Christ. Yes, Paul tells this to the Philippian church, okay? I want to know Christ. Yes, to know the power of his resurrection and participation in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death, and so somehow attaining to the resurrection from the dead. And somehow attaining resurrection from the dead. Paul tells the Philippian church not to have their own understanding, not to have their own decisions, not to have their own type of following of rules, but to follow Christ in resurrection and in death. Resurrection in righteousness is the decisions that you have to make. And that decisions comes from Christ. And death. I'm not talking about physical death, right? You don't have to die here. You don't have to actually die. I'm talking about the death of your physical body, the death of your mind. The things that you like, that has to die. And that when it dies, you are a formed new man in Christ, in his righteousness, and the decisions that you take will not be followed. And the decisions that you take will not be broken. And the decisions that you take will not be wrong. That is what you need in this life today. A wavering mind for a youth being, a wavering mind for a youth person is not what is going to help you in the life. Why is it not going to help you? Because it comes from your own self. And sometimes the decisions that you take from your own self will not follow, will not lead you to a proper place of light. That is why Christ says in the same verse in Philippians 3, verses 15 to 16. This is the conclusion verse. Please listen to this. All of us then who are mature should take such view of things. And if on some point you think differently, that too God will make clear for you. Only let us live to what we have already attained. Paul tells the Philippian church again and again and again not to listen to the things that they have, not to listen to the following things that they have, to be mature in Christ, to have an understanding of your own self. You face a decision, you face a problem, the first thing you do is panic, right? The first thing that kicks in is anxiety. That is not what we need. We need to be in a spiritual sense of a maturity that one day people, that we will attain the glory land, and one day we will have a decision for our answers. And sometimes, yes, you will also feel doubtful. You will also feel resentful. You will not understand what you have to do. That too, God will make clear for you, as it is told in the verse 16. And till that time, till God makes clear of what you have to do, what you have to follow, which way that you have to walk, until then wait. The progress that you have made right now in your life, the good things that you have done, let that be stagnant. Let that be staying in your life. Don't leave it off to find for other things. Keep it and then try to cultivate and try to develop. And that is how you will live in this life. And that is how God will tell you what to do, what to follow, and how to be. Thank you, people. Thank you for this beautiful time that you have given me. Until we meet for our next episode.